As we begin our ceremony, I would like to thank a number of people who have made today possible. Thanks first to our Board of Trustees. It is their vision and stewardship that guides the school. The good work we do is only possible because of the energy, wisdom, and love that they devote so generously to Hun. Thanks, of course, to our staff, administration, and especially to our teachers. One of the most indelible impressions I gained from this, my first year as head of school, is the tremendous devotion to our students that every Hun colleague in the classroom, on the fields, on stage, or behind the scenes exemplifies. Would you join me in recognizing the talented, dedicated professionals who have worked tirelessly on behalf of today's graduates? And finally, to you, our close partners and friends, the parents, grandparents, and families who have nurtured our graduates for almost 2 decades and have created the young people we are so proud to claim as our own. We say thank you. You were their first teachers and remain their most important teachers, and we are so grateful for your partnership and trust. Graduates, give your families a round of applause. And now to the class of 2024. Please accept my heartfelt congratulations on this special day. You should each be proud of the talents, the efforts, and the determination that has earned you the right to cross this stage. Be proud of the integrity, the vision, and the empathy that has allowed you to be leaders and role models to your peers and to set an example for them that will resound on this campus for years to come. And most importantly, be proud of the compassion and kindness, the loyalty and support, the joy and camaraderie that has deeply connected you as classmates and as friends, and made beautiful memories over your years at Hun. So many of my memories in this first year at Hun are punctuated by you, the class of 2024. Whether it was witnessing your scholarly achievements in and beyond the classroom, your triumphant feats on the athletic fields and courts, your artistic brilliance on stages and in studios and in exhibitions, or your leadership across campus, in dorms, in clubs, and in CCC activities, you have left me with a perfect first impression of what it truly means to be a Hun Raider. I'm personally grateful for the kindness and welcome you have shown me. Being a new head of school can sure have its anxious moments, and one that I particularly recall is walking down to senior sunrise in the early fall, wondering how I would be received. Imagine my relief when Tico, who I was due to shadow that day, bounded up to me and said with his inimitable smile, "Let me introduce you to some friends, Mr. Bronk," and off we went. In many ways, I will always think of that as the moment that I became a Hun Raider. I'm also cognizant of what I wasn't here to witness. I'd be remiss not to note that you were the COVID freshman. Your 9th grade year, the first at Hun for so many of you, was one of hybrid schedules, remote learning, partial attendance, and too many sacrifices. 10th grade too, the first year I visited campus and met a few of you, was certainly not immune from the lingering effects of the waning pandemic, masks, quarantines, and limited programs. That you adapted and prevailed through these challenges speaks to an inspiring resilience. And I mean inspiring quite literally. I have heard this week from so many of my colleagues how it was your class in particular that showed all of us how to persevere through unthinkable challenges, how to thrive in moving beyond them, and why the hard work, the bravery, and the sacrifice were worth it. And now you move on. You leave this small and head off to an incredibly diverse and impressive array of new adventures. So, as you prepare for this next phase of your journey, I leave you with some advice. Be warned, however, that this is slightly iconoclastic counsel. In fact, I am going to exhort you to do the exact opposite of something you have been warned about since you were little kids. You can probably remember the scenario. You're 8, maybe 9, 10, and starting to feel the exhilaration of independence that is early adolescence. You find yourself with your family at some sort of crowded event, a carnival, a fair, a sports event, an amusement park. You feel your growing brain enchanted by the possibilities and of adventure that abound as your senses are flooded with excitement, risk and danger, freedom and possibility. Then, suddenly, you are brought back to earth with a stern reminder from a guardian: don't wander off. Sensible advice for sure. Your parents will tell you that there is no more panic-inducing moment than a temporarily lost child. The admonition against wandering was appropriately focused on keeping you safe, which is all of our highest priority as parents. It's something we certainly appreciate as educators too, where we take supervision pretty seriously. Boarding students, you can hear an echo of "don't wander off" every time someone asks you, "Did you make a pass in Aura?" And yet today, I'm encouraging you, with mild apologies to your families, to do the exact opposite. Do wander off. Wander boldly. Wander proudly. Wander frequently. You see, seniors, there is a persistent myth to which I am sure many of you have already been exposed, that life must be linear. I am telling you this now because there is no place where this myth has more power and is more intimidating than on college campuses. It goes something like this: you must go to the right college, knowing exactly what you want to do, and so you must declare the right major. You must join the right clubs and activities, take the exact right course load, attain the right internships at the right organizations, make the right connections in the right fraternity or sorority or eating club. You must graduate with the right transcript, having landed the right job at the right organization or acceptance to the right graduate or professional school, and then eventually climb the right career ladder to exactly where you intended to be from the start. Along the way, if you have time, you find the right partner and perhaps have the right children, so you can take the right photos and post them on an Instagram account that is a monument to just how right things have gone in your life. Does this sound familiar? And of course, in the 21st century, you must announce each step of the way with a LinkedIn post that begins with, "I am so pleased to announce," that only serves to reinforce the myth and continue the pyramid scheme of linear thinking. Now, let me be clear. There are a blessed few for whom this plays out. I am always fascinated to meet individuals who are living lives as adults exactly as they pictured when they were teens. We tend to celebrate those people. But for the rest of us, the majority, I assure you, life is hardly linear. You will meet far more people in your life who have ended up happily at some place they never expected to be. I'm one of them. When I sat in your seat nearly 30 years ago, educator was entirely absent from the range of futures I was imagining. Do a little data gathering as you celebrate this weekend. Ask people you admire about their path from the person they thought they'd be to the person they've become. I think you'll hear beautiful stories of wandering. And so I encourage you to be willing to wander as you travel the paths ahead. What might wandering look like? It might be being undecided for a year or two, or switching majors when you discover a new academic passion. It might be trying new activities or artistic pursuits. It might be following an entrepreneurial drive or an exciting new idea. It might be conducting novel research, asking new questions rather than studying old answers. Beyond higher education, it might be taking a job that excites you but has nothing to do with what you studied. It might mean traveling to new places and meeting new people. It might look like joining an unexpected social circle or leaving one that isn't right for you. And it might literally mean wandering. A team from the University of Miami published a study in 2020 that examined the impact of what they called experiential diversity on brain chemistry by tracking, using GPS data, where a group of subjects traveled in major cities. Those who ranged to new and interesting places, rather than the same circles, reported higher levels of happiness and creativity. Go for a walk without a destination and without distractions, and you'll discover something about yourself, it seems. And just how does one effectively wander? I'd suggest it comes down to making choices that are driven by three questions. Does this fulfill me and bring me joy? Does this connect me to people who enrich my life and enliven my experience? And finally, does this make a difference in the world? If you choose pathways in life based on those answers and not the prescribed roadmap you think you have to follow, you'll end up not where you thought you were supposed to go, but instead where you are truly meant to be. One final tip about wandering. Make sure you always have someplace safe and warm and caring to come back to. Wandering, in so many ways, is defined by your starting point. Seniors, take a moment to look around this mall and appreciate the incredible community that is here for you always. Educators who have poured the best of themselves into you. Adoring family who wish nothing more than that you become the best versions of yourselves and live lives of purpose, fulfillment, and joy. Your very best friends in the world. Anytime the wandering feels tenuous or the path feels unclear, know and trust that you can always come home to Hun and to this special community. We love you. Congratulations again, and wander well.